guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another favorites video for you. So if you are new to my channel or if you haven't been following along, I will put a link up in the cards, but basically I have an ongoing series where I am sharing with you guys my favorite nail polishes of each color, of each different type of finish, all that good stuff. I've already gone through the majority of the rainbow. I've also shared with you guys my favorite one coat black cream nail polishes. I've shared with you guys my favorite full coverage holo nail polishes. Today I wanted to do another favorite black nail polishes video, and the reason for that is I did share with you guys my favorite one coat creams that are black, but I feel like I didn't get a chance to share with you guys my favorite black nail polishes that aren't creams, because I have a ton of exciting nail polishes that are black that are also shimmers or glitters or holo, and I just really want to share those with you guys. So that's what we're gonna do today. So yeah, that's what today's video is about. I've got 12 favorites, so let's just get started. So let's start off with a classic. This is OPI Black Dress Not Optional, and this is just a really beautiful black shimmer nail polish that almost has like a pearlized finish, but it's actually not streaky at all, so if you're not a huge fan of the pearl finish, I think you guys still might like this one. Basically, it's just an elevated form of black nail polish because it's just a little bit more than a cream, but it's not like super glittery or shimmery that it just feels like it's too much on the nails. I feel like it's just a little touch of class. It is actually almost a one coater, but I do end up doing two just to kind of deepen that color, and this is one of the polishes that I absolutely love to wear matte. I feel like it gives off that like matte velvet look on your nails. I love that little bit of shimmer and how much texture it gives when it does have that matte finish. So just an absolute favorite of mine, and I feel like it's a classic. Next up we have another OPI. This one is called Center of the You-niverse, and it's actually a black jelly that has a bunch of pewter colored micro glitters in it, as well as matte black glitters. It's actually kind of hard to tell that the black glitter is in there, but I feel like there's something about it that just kind of adds something special to the polish. It is a two coater, but it's a little bit on the chunky side, so you definitely need a top coat when you are wearing this one, but I mean, I always recommend wearing a top coat anyway. This was part of an OPI collection from years ago. I don't even remember the name, but it was like space themed, and I feel like that one was so underrated. That was before I ever started doing nail polish reviews, but I do have it, and I do love all of the polishes in it, and this one I just thought was so cool. I love that like almost like texture that it has, even though you do smooth it out with top coat. Like I love the texture lookingness of it. Does that make any sense? I don't know. I love this polish. Next up we have a polish from LACQUER called Really BARB, and this one is another black jelly. This one actually has these really gorgeous tiny fuchsia micro glitters in it. It's actually really subtle. It kind of looks like it's black on the nails, but when you hit direct light, I feel like that's when it just like sparkles and it looks so gorgeous. I'm just like really impressed with how pigmented it is. Like it does look fully black on the nails, and yet somehow they've gotten those fuchsia glitters to shine through. So I just really like this formula. I feel like it's so easy to work with, and it's such a gorgeous color. I almost can get away with one coat, but I do end up needing to do two coats for full coverage. All right, next up we have Salon Perfect 9 Lives. This was actually a limited edition polish, so I don't believe it is available anymore, but we're gonna talk about that more in a little bit. This is another black jelly, and this one actually has like this antiqued gold fleck running throughout. So it's just like these little irregular gold flecks, and it's absolutely stunning. So yeah, this one was actually part of a Halloween collection that came out a couple of years ago, and I loved every polish in that collection, and I know a lot of you guys did too, and I'm so sad that it's not available, but I do know that a lot of the polishes in that release were actually re-releases, so I have reason to believe that they will be coming out with re-releases of some of those limited edition shades in the future for Halloween collections, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, this one is actually pretty sheer as far as jellies go, but I do still manage to get full coverage in two coats. You might need a third coat though if you do have longer nails. Mine are short, so it's a little bit easier to get full coverage. But yeah, it's just such a gorgeous sparkly shade. I love that glitter in there. I love that it is almost that like antiqued looking gold, so it's not like very yellow gold. It's kind of just like a dusty gold. Does that make sense? I don't know. Next up we have Stark Colors Smoky Quartz, and this is another black jelly. Clearly I have a type. And this one actually has a scattered hollow fleck running throughout. This is actually one of my favorite finishes. Like I am really obsessed with a hollow jelly that has like a scattered hollow finish. I feel like it's just an amazing type of polish. So obviously I'm going to love this one. So this one actually does have a fairly warm base to it. So it can look a little bit brown when it's sheer, but when you hit full opacity, it does definitely look black on the nails. So this one is a two coater for me, but like I said, it does have a little bit of that brownish color to it, so if you have longer nails and you want it to be black, you might need to throw on a third coat. And this is another one of those polishes that you could just do one coat of this over a black cream and it'll still look pretty good. You won't get as much of that depth of glitter, but it still looks pretty nice. I think you can actually pretty much do that with all of these, so just keep that in mind. All right, next up we have STARRILY Neutrino, which is another black holo jelly. And this one I actually did mention in my favorite holo nail polishes video, so I'll link that up in the cards if you guys are interested, but I feel like this one was worth mentioning again. It's just a really gorgeous black that has holographic hex glitters running throughout. I feel like it looks like a starry night sky. It's like a galaxy manicure in a bottle, so I'm totally obsessed with it. There's just something about the opacity of this that is extremely impressive. It's actually pretty much a one coater, which is just insane for a jelly nail polish, and the fact that those glitters still show through is just so fantastic. I absolutely love this one, can't get enough of it, so worth mentioning twice. All right, next up we have another STARRILY shade. This one is called Deep Space. This is actually a very special nail polish to me because it was part of my first collaboration with STARRILY, so yes, this is one of my collaboration shades. And it's another black jelly, but this one is not a black holo jelly. This one is actually totally packed with multi-chrome flakes in it, so they shift from pink to gold to green, and then it also has a very subtle holo sparkle running throughout. It's a two coater. It's definitely very flake heavy. This is like one of the flakier nail polishes, so again, you do need a nice thick coat of top coat, but I just feel like this is one of the most unique shades. I'm so in love with it. I might be a little biased because again, this is a collaboration, but I know a lot of you guys were really blown away by it too, just because there's really not a lot like it on the market, and I feel like it's just very cool. One other cool thing about it is you can sponge it on and then it just looks like a multi-chrome instead of being a blank jelly, so just another cool little thing about it. Next up we have Cosmic Voyage, also by STARRILY, and also another collaboration shade of mine. This is another black jelly that has multi-chrome flakies running throughout it. Actually, in my head I always think of this one as like a cousin to Deep Space because that's kind of what I was thinking when we were, you know, in the works creating this one. This one's actually really hard to describe. It's definitely less flaky heavy. It does have blue multi-chrome flakes running throughout it, as well as a multi-chrome shimmer that strongly goes copper, but it does have a little bit of like a green tint to it on the edges, and then again it does have that subtle holo shimmer running throughout. Yeah, I don't know, I always think of this as like the blue version, and then Deep Space I always think of as like the pink version, but I love both of these shades. I think they're both so cool, and again, I love the uniqueness of them. Like I really don't have anything like these. This one is, like I said, less flake heavy, so it's not as like textured when you apply it on the nails, but of course I always recommend using a top coat anyway. Next up we have another Salon Perfect shade. This one is called Dust to Dust. This is actually a clear base that has black glitters as well as holo glitters and silver hex glitters. And this was another one that was part of that Halloween collection that I absolutely loved, but I think this one actually might still be available. Obviously anything that is available I'm gonna link in the description, so you can always check that out. But yeah, this one you can always sponge on if you want to hit full opacity, but for me I can get full opacity in 2 to 3 thick coats, or you can even do this as a topper over other colors. But yeah, I just think it's a really cool like holo glitter type of polish. I wouldn't say it is fully holographic because there's only a little bit of holo glitter in there and the rest of it is silver or black, but it's still pretty cool. I always love when drugstore brands can put a little holo in their product. This one's honestly not the best formula, but like I said, I just feel like it's really cool. I love the glitters in it and I think it's really fun to work with. So this is something I've actually never done this before, but now that I'm looking at it, I feel like this would make a very cool glitter gradient, so I'm gonna try that soon. Next up we have a polish from China Glaze. This one is called Coal Hands Warm Hearts, and this is another black jelly. This one is extremely unique to my collection. This one is actually packed with mini blue metallic hex glitters and then large dusty pink holo hex glitters. So honestly I just had to include this one because I feel like it's such a unique shade and just that glitter combo is so interesting. This one's actually kind of a nightmare, to be honest, in terms of formula. It's fairly easy to apply, but it's like such a glitter dense polish that it's just really lumpy and it looks kind of gross until you add top coat. So I am going to show you guys really quickly what it looks like with top coat on. But yeah, like I said, I just love it because I feel like it's so unique. It's such an interesting mixture of colors. Again, it's just a mainstream brand doing holo glitters. I feel like is really fun. Next up we have a polish from Zoya. This one is called Dovima, and this is a part of their matte velvet line. So if you guys haven't heard of that, it's basically shimmer nail polishes that dry down to a matte finish. Obviously, I am in love with matte nail polishes, so this one is no exception. It's basically a very, very dark gray shimmer nail polish, but I would consider it a black. They do also have a like silver gray matte polish, so I'm pretty sure this one is their black. It just has a little bit of like a silver shimmer in it. And of course, once you mattify a black polish, it does look a little bit gray. So yeah, so this one is another 2-coater. I actually always prefer to use the Zoya Z wide brush that they have now, but this one I keep the original brush because it does have this like soft touch matte velvet cap on it, and I don't know, I just really like that cap, so I'm not gonna switch it out. So this one's actually a little bit different in that I do not normally wear top coat with it. A lot of you guys ask me how to wear top coat with specialty finish nail polishes like textured polishes or matte velvet ones. For me, I just don't wear any at all, and I just accept that they're not gonna last as long as regular nail polish. But if you do want to make it last longer, you can always apply a regular coat of top coat and then a matte top coat on top of that. All right, and then last but not least, we have something which may be a controversial pick. This is the Zoya Leopard Spots top coat, and it's basically like the crackle finish that came out like a decade ago. I'm pretty sure it was actually originally an OPI thing, but I actually never had an OPI crackle nail polish, if you can believe that. This is the only crackle nail polish I have. I hoped that this would be the beginning of a resurgence because I know that there are like these 90s and early 2000s trends that are like coming back now, and I wish that crackle nail polish was one of them, but sadly they haven't done anything since then, and it makes me so sad. But yeah, it's just a really cool effect. As the nail polish dries, it like cracks and separates on your nail, and it's just really cool because each nail looks totally different, and it's just like a really weird texture to it. But I always add top coat just to smooth everything out, and I think it's so fun and different and weird, and I don't know, I feel like it would be cool for nail art, but I don't think I've ever done nail art with crackle nail polish. Maybe I should try. I don't know, a lot of people don't like crackle, so I understand why they wouldn't do more of these, but I really hope that eventually they will be back. So in my swatches, I am wearing 1 coat of the Leopard Spot Topper over Jessica from their summer collection that I also just reviewed, so I'll link that up in the cards for you guys. All right, so those are all of my black nail polish favorites that aren't creams. Again, I do have a video already of my favorite 1 coat black creams, so I will put that in the description for you guys so you can check that out if you missed it. But yeah, that is it. I would love to hear from you guys. What are your picks? Let me know in the comments if there's any that you love that you see here, or if there's any that you think I should check out that you didn't see here. Let me know in the comments, we'll chat about it. If you guys are enjoying the favorite series so far, please give this a thumbs up, and if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. That is it, so I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Alright, so one of you guys asked me, what's your coffee order? So actually, fun fact, you guys already know, or maybe you don't, but I have said before that I don't actually drink caffeine, so I don't drink caffeinated soda, I don't drink caffeinated coffee, although during this lockdown / quarantine I have actually been drinking a decent amount of caffeine just to keep me alive. But I do love coffee, and I actually really love drinking decaf coffee, and one thing I miss in this world is Dunkin' Donuts, because I don't want to go there right now because I feel like that's not obviously a necessity, but once all of this stuff is over, I'm definitely going back there. But my absolute favorite thing, and this is, I always feel so guilty when I order it too, because I feel like I'm one of those people who has like such a specific order, but like this is honestly my favorite thing in the world, and that is an iced decaf caramel macchiato with almond milk. So good. So that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.